Hi there folks, and welcome back to another episode and another experiment on the race to the Premiership. Today we're going to be looking at Chelsea. We've already done Manchester United, Manchester City and Liverpool. Liverpool lead the way with 8 league wins in 9 seasons to get to the Premiership. Can Chelsea do the same? And by looking at that graph, it looks like they can. Let's find out exactly what they have done. So if we go into the history, into the competitions and straight into the domestics. Right, okay. We left them in the Southern Combination D1 and wow, it looks like they've had a blast along the way, haven't they? Finished first all the way up until they reached the Championship, and that's where they kind of come unstuck a little bit as well. But it looks like they may have qualified through the playoffs, so we'll have a look at that along the way as well when we get into the fixtures, etc. But we can notably say that they remained unbeaten, winning all their games for 4 seasons. Then they lost their first game in the Vanarama South. I wonder who that was against, but still 37 victories. 38 victories in the Vanarama National, losing 1 game yet again. Then they reach League 2, where they lost a massive 7. That's pretty high as well. And 7 in the League 1, still finishing top of the table, just shy, well, 1 win shy of reaching 100 points, of which they've managed all the way throughout. Apart from the very first season, 30 out of 30, the maximum was 90 they could receive, but they did manage 100 points all the way along until they hit League 2. Like I say, 1 win away from the magic 100. Skybet Championship, 12 losses this time. They started conceding quite a few goals as well. They've done relatively well though. I mean, the last time they were in the Premiership before we moved them, they finished 4th. 66 points. They achieved 48 points this time round. The first season back in the Premiership, 13 wins, 9 draws and 16 losses. But it has taken them a maximum of 9 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons to get back with 8. So they've equaled Liverpool in actual fact. Granted, they've taken a different route in, but they have taken a route from the southern side as opposed to the northern side. Even so, it'd be interesting to see what would have been the total figures throughout the whole of the seasons. Just in their promotion season, I think. But 9 seasons in, back in the Premiership, and they finished 11th. I think that's the best finish by any of the teams so far, actually. Maybe I should have took a note on that, but even so, it finished 11th in the first season, but 9 seasons, 8 championships along the way. For £500 million, wow. They've got £1 million a week in wage budget. They've got £85 million to spend in the transfers. And they've not really lost any money at all. I mean, they've got a massive influx here. 802 million at one point. I'm not sure what happened there in June 28. But that is really phenomenal. What's their projection? Are they expected 516? So they're expecting to make a lot more money. Let's move along to the fixtures then. And we'll just put it all back if it'll allow me to do so. And we'll have a quick look at how they've done in the cup competitions, whatever. So in the first season then, they were in Europe, don't forget, and look at this. The only one loss they had was in a friendly cup final on penalties to Montpellier, and they won the third playoff place. But yeah, other than that, they've literally steamrolled everybody yet again. The UEFA Cup, the Champions League, Club Brugge. It's a little bit of a drop, isn't it, from the Champions League straight down into tier 10 of English football. It's a massive drop, but we'll look at this long run of form. There's an 8-0 there that I've pounced on. Who was involved in that? Pulisic, Charlie Brown, really? 3 goals. Lewis Bate and Sterling. Dujon Sterling, in fact. Still heading out into the cup competition, still in the FA Cup there. They lost in the 5th round of the FA Cup to Tottenham, 1-0 after extra time as well. So they're still playing with the same side, just a different league. And it looks like they got knocked out by Real Madrid in the Champions League first knockout round. So that's quite unfortunate. But they're still making the Southern Combination Cup final, which they win 3-0 against Eastbourne. Did they win the other one as well? Builder Base, they're still in that. And they won that 2-1. So collecting a couple of trophies along the way. Moving on swiftly to the next one. FA Cup, again, they start off pretty brightly. Forget the friendlies in there. Win. But they get knocked out in the third round to Burnley on penalties with Rodriguez for Burnley, Kante scoring for Chelsea, equaliser, and then nothing else after that. But a 10-0 victory. We do have a double figures victory. I think Liverpool did it as well. There's a 7-1 in there. I'm not even looking at the scores. A 7-0 there as well, but 10-0 against Hassocks. Very nice indeed. And they get to the final once again, and they beat Steyning in the final of the Southern Combination Cup, and they get to the final once again into the build-based FA Vars, and they beat Everton. What are Everton doing in there? I'm not sure what's happened there. I think what I've done is I've left Everton in the lower leagues because I'm doing them as another experiment, and I think it's kind of included that, unfortunately, but we'll ignore that for the time being because we're really concentrating on Chelsea, but they're winning the final 3-0. So, yeah, that kind of ruins it a little bit, just a bit, but we'll get over it. We'll see what else happens, but, yeah, they're a win again in the Cup. The following season, same sort of thing, win. And then they get knocked out in the fourth round to Sheffield United. And this time, Everton take their revenge in the Build Base fifth round, which they meet again. This time Everton winning 3-2, so obviously they're keeping tabs with Chelsea then. Obviously, rugby as well. And they get to the Southern Combination Cup final with a 2-0 victory. They're winning that 3 times on the bounce. But yeah, not doing too bad. I mean, maybe they would have gone on to win that FA Vars again if it wasn't for the fact Everton are in there. That's my mistake. But the rest of it doesn't really matter. The Cups doesn't really matter. It's how well they do in the league. At least they're not going to be playing each other. That's the main thing. Right, the following season, then let's quickly go through it. Again, same sort of thing. Win. There's no real big scores in there. Stockport, they lose in the FA Cup second round. But this time they reach the Northern Premier Cup final. They're beating FC United 2-0. But they are into the final again in the build-based trophy, beating Aldershot 2-0. So that's nice. Again, the Sea of Green is just phenomenal. Are they going to go through a whole season undefeated? So far, so good. But not here. Second round, they lose to Barrow. No less, being in the Vanarama South this time and not doing very well there. But apart from that, winning yet again. They lose to Woking. There's a game lost. That's the game they lost in the league then. In the South, sorry. But they win the Southern League Cup final. They win 3-0. And then they win the build-based FA Trophy. So they're winning these trophies, hands down, not a problem at all. Just having a look at some of these attendances as well. Getting quite a lot of attendances also, so that's probably helping them massively as well. The following season, they lose a game early on in the Vanarama National, losing to Notts County 2-1. That must be huge for Notts County. Well done to them. And they continue the fine form winning. They're losing the fourth round to Bournemouth on penalties. And they lose to Everton again in the quarterfinals. So if it wasn't for the fact that Everton are still in the lower league, which I really ought to have made sure they weren't, maybe they might have gone on to win that as well. But they do pick up the other trophies, so they're not. So they're winning a lot of these trophies. I feel. Did they get knocked out in the Vanarama National? It's just the FA Trophy and just the FA Cup then. No VAR. Oh, trophy. Yes, they did. Where are they? Build-based trophy there. Oh, yeah, they get knocked out about Everton. Okay, that's fine. But apart from that, a virtually unbeaten season. Once more, a few more losses. A League 2 they reach now. And do they get to play Everton? That's the question. If Everton are coming on the same amount of time, do they meet Everton in League 2? Unless Everton have got there a little bit quicker. I don't see how they could have done. But even so the League 2... a lot more losses this time. So they're in this Papa John's Trophy, which I'm sure they don't really want to be in. The FA Trophy, they're still in there. Some more trophies, the wins are coming through. But they lose to Northampton in the second round of the FA Cup. And they're losing the third round of the Papa John's. 3-2 to Shrewsbury. And they're still winning the trophy. But they're losing the semi-final. Everton, once again. Everton are doing them over and over again. Wow, this says, I'm wondering whether we should have started everybody in the lower leagues and then that way we could have just concentrated on one team. But I don't think that would have worked. But yeah, if it wasn't for the fact Everton are there, I think it would have been. In fact, let me have a look. See what the past record winners are. I'm sure it's going to be between Everton or FC United get there as well. So Chelsea, Everton 3 times. So I'm putting my bottom dollar that Chelsea probably would have won them finals. So let's say carry on. But we're not too bothered about the cups. It's just the league. So League One. So that I think they went through. Did they once again winning this league also? Start off with a few wins, a few losses there. Carabao Cup they enter this time. Losing to Ipswich. Still in the Papa Johns. Do they get knocked out? They got knocked out by Bristol Rovers in the second round. There's a few more wins there. They enter the FA Cup. They're still in that, and they're losing the fourth round to Crystal Palace in extra time. That's it. That's about it then. So it's the Papa John's, FA Cup, and Carabao. Okay, so no cup escapades this time around. So Championship, where they found a little bit more difficulty, finishing 5th in this season. But let's have a look how well they did. They're losing the third round to Manchester United. That's nice, gratifying that is. And 4-1. That's a massive gap, that is, isn't it? Who scored for United? Just incidentally, Chiesa, Greenwood with the brace, and Kluveski. Okay. Let's have a look, see where they finish off in the cup. Still going strong. FA Cup third round, they're getting up the quarterfinals of Papa John's, fourth round there. They lose in the fifth round against Southampton, and they get to the final of the Papa John's Trophy, winning that 4-1. And this time they do go to the playoffs. They play West Brom, a massive 4-0 victory at home first. Then they lose away 2-1, and then they beat Watford in the final in the playoffs, and then they reach the Premiership. A lot of losses in there. They did have a good stint in the middle there. They drew with Manchester United that time round. Still in the FA Cup, they lose to Cardiff 2-1. But apart from that, they do have a very, very good finish. They're losing 4-1 to Man City and losing 3-0 there. But yeah, not bad at all. Let's have a quick look at the transfers next. So all in all, it's not been a bad season. It's only the fact that at my mistake, I've left Everton in the North Division. So I really ought to make sure that they're not in there next time. So let's move along and have a look at the transfers, what sort of transfers they had, and let's have a look at the transfer history. Any big names vanishing out of here? So if we go back to the very beginning, 7.5 Matt Ryan. So who did 83 million in the release? Any big transfers really going? 45 Reece James went to Newcastle, and Tammy Abraham went to Arsenal. How is Tammy Abraham? He's 32 years old. Did he not really play at all in the lower league? 17 goals in 18, 3 assists. That's not bad. I'd expect a little bit better, but he did continue to score goals though. So phenomenal stuff there for the young man. Let's have a look next season as well. They spend 106 million though. Wow. That's Xhaka from Arsenal. Ben Sheaf, Origi as well. £33 million. Did he score many goals? How long was he with Chelsea? Not very long, and yeah, he didn't really play very often though, must admit. Xhaka, did he play any games at all? Only the one season, and then they let him go at a cut price. Yeah, 3 games, not really cutting it at all, was it? So let's have a look, see who was the bigger. Ziyech went 66 million to Juventus. Havertz went 62 million to Wolves. And Mason Mount, he went to Leicester. How is Mason Mount? How well did he do? Can we not see what he's like? Very, very good stats. 31 years old still. And what did he do? Not an awful lot. They're not that impressive, are they, these stats? Even though there's lots of goals being scored. Ross Barkley going, Rudiger, Batshuayi went to Southampton as well. But Ziyech, he's retired by looks of things. 354 million they let go. A lot of money there. They spend 135 million the season after that. 38 million. Twanzebe. 38 million from Manchester United. Twanzebe. Really? Wow. That is... wow. That's all I can say. He did play for United for a few years. Not an awful lot of game time. 14 games for Chelsea. And then they let him go for 46 million. And then he went to Wolves for 33 million. Wow. I'll tell you what. He's been round about Twanzebe, hasn't he? He's got a fair bit of money out of it. So that's pretty decent. Kenny Tate, Mari, Pratt. But let's have a look who they let go. 163 million. Origi went for 36 million. Ben Chilwell, he went for up to 18 million. Tomori, Zuma went to Leeds. 35 years old now. How old did he do in the lower leagues? Not an awful lot, though, to be fair. Not an awful lot. Eduardo Mendy. Is he the goalkeeper? I think he was, wasn't he? What was the history? How well did he do? He didn't concede any goals, that's for sure. So that's quite decent. But didn't play that many games. Loftus-Cheek went to Wolves. Orar. Kepa went to Lazio. I'm assuming he had a lot of game time. Did he concede many goals? No, not an awful lot. He didn't play an awful lot either, though. So who was their goalkeeper? I'm just wondering out loud. Daniel Fisher, Ojo, and some Jerry McQueen. Did they just... Oh, the Sam McQueen they brought in. And yeah, Sam McQueen, he's gone. And Jerry McQueen. Oh, there's two McQueens. So they bring him in for 1.7 and let him go for 1.2. Bizarre business going on there. 120 million they sell this time round. Start this side. Twanzebe went for 46 million, which we know about. Ojoren Minamino went Sporting. Odoi. How well did Odoi do? He was one of the attacking players, and he had a few seasons in the lower leagues. Not an awful lot. Not that impressive, though, it has to be said. The following season, 140 million. Oh, they're getting rid of everybody there. Pulisic, he went to Inter Milan for £37 million. 31 years old. He still looks bloody class, doesn't he? He had 4 seasons in the lower leagues. And, well, he's reached double figures, I guess. I suppose that's all you can say. And his ratings are pretty consistent. So that's something. Probably sorry to see a player like that go. Patterson, Bennett, Reece Burke, any of these. Paddy McNair from Man United. I'm sure he was from Man United. What? He's at Chelsea, £6.5 million. He went to Sunderland, Middlesbrough, 6 goals and 12 assists. He's a defender, isn't he? No, he's not midfield. Oh, okay. He can play at the back as well. Amazing stuff. Right, what else is the following season? 5 million. Okay, the money's not being spent as freely this time round. 48 million brought in. Assa Diop from West Ham, 33 years old now. How well did he do? Didn't play that awful lot. A few players from Man City, Forest, Middlesbrough even. Connor Chaplin. Right, the let go for 5 million. Who was it? Niall Huggins and Riley McGree. All right, very nice. Right, whereabouts are we now? 26, 27. So we're nowhere near yet. So £60 million spent. Anybody else there? Diop went for 10.5. Jordan Pickford, he's gone. They must have just brought him in the same season because I didn't notice him coming in. Not really anybody of note. A few people on loan. They spend 1.6 million, so they're not spending an awful lot, obviously. And I mean, we are reaching probably Vanarama stage now. 6.25 million. Okay, so they're not spending as much now, which is a darn shame. 6.5 million, but yeah, they kind of balanced themselves out. 4.8 for David Jeffries from Cardiff. That looks alright. As a goalkeeper, conceded 59 though. Wow, that's I don't think any Chelsea goalkeeper have done that for a long time. 4.8 million. I wonder when they're going to get to a point where they're going to be spending money for the Premiership like now. Here we go, £289 million. The season before the wow, they were going for it. Martino from Leeds and Nketiah as well, or Keisha from Leeds. I mean, there's what, £100 million there. Leeds make a fair bit of a packet there, didn't they? Midfield. I mean, these are the players you're probably wanting at this point now. Yeah, okay. He had a better season in the Premiership, really, to be fair. And what about this chap here then? A forward. Did he score many goals? 14 and then 6. He kind of struggled in the Premiership a little bit, but okay. Who else did they spend? 24 million on Adi Kenye. Yankov. So a few players from Southampton. I'm assuming Luis Nunez, 21 years old. It must be a regen. 1 goal. Okay, fair enough. Who else have they got in? So a few players from Porto. There's Newcastle players here as well. And Taylor Howard-Bellis. Okay. Good stuff. Nice, and they sell that much. Okay, so in the final season, then £45 million spent. Just I think that's Premiership season, was it not? Quintero from Chivas. Collado from PSG. Is he a winger? Surprised he went for a player like that, though, to be perfectly honest. And then another one from Manchester United, a freebie, but £1.2 million spent, but a lot of people out on loan. Pennant went for that much. Right, okay. There are the transfers. Let's have a quick look at the current squad. I don't know if we're going to know anybody here. There's a lot of goalkeepers, though. It's a big squad, actually, in fact. Is this just filtered on? It is just the first squad. Wow, what? Anybody and everybody. So David Jeffries is still there from Wales. I don't know if all these are all real players. He looks like a real. Is that a regen player? Probably not. Dishon Bernard, ex-Man United player in defence. Looks okay. He's on loan in Berlin at the moment, though, so he's doing all right there. There's a lot of players on loan. Harwood Bellis, Andy Harwood, Cuesto, Martino, Nunes. I think Cole de Silva. I don't recognise any of these players. It has to be said. Yankov, Marcus Yankov. That does ring a bell. Again, winger. He looks like a real player. Yeah, okay. He's not too bad, I guess. 27 million. Okay, so the season's just finished. Where did the goals all come from? Just out of interest. 13 goals from... He's on loan. So Darren Wheatley at the minute. England international, is he? Well, not yet, he's not. But let's have a quick look. He's been with Chelsea for a while. League 2, 1, Championship. Okay, so he's been playing every season since getting into the league. And 53 goals in 152. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at the managers. Frank Lampard's still in charge. 10 years, 332 days. 8 league wins and cup wins with 10. I tell you what, he's done what Solskjaer did as well, I think. I think he's done slightly better as well. Be interested to see what that was. But that could have been a lot more cup wins if it wasn't for the fact that Everton kept knocking him out. But so far, he's got an 80% win percentage, which is absolutely huge. And if we have a look at the wages comparison as well in the division, see where they're at the wages stage. If we just have a look at stats, and it's team detailed, isn't it? Right at the very bottom. And we have a look at the salary per annum. £103 million, so they've not shied away from it, that's for sure. United topped the bill with 276. That's just absolutely silly. But where are Everton? I'm just intrigued now where Everton are, because I'm going to have a look. I mean, that comes to the end of the Chelsea experiment. They've done it. They've went straight up to the Premiership in 9 seasons. So they equal Liverpool and Manchester United. But unfortunately, they go ahead of Man United. So United drop into 3rd spot purely because of that one league win, that one less league win. And that's all it is. But apart from that, it's Man City that propping up the 4 at the moment. 11 seasons it taken Man City to get to the Premiership. Only 9 for Chelsea, Liverpool and Man United. But I'm just intrigued where Everton are, though. I'm just going to have a quick look. It's not an Everton experiment. They are in the Sky Bet League 1. So they've kind of struggled a little bit. Okay, we've got to leave that there. Chelsea have done really well. Straight up to the Premiership. And I don't think they're going to be coming straight back down. I think Liverpool came straight back down. So if it was the fancy where they finished in the Premiership as to where they are now, I guess, I don't know. The next experiment we're going to be doing is going to be with Arsenal. We'll catch you next time. So if you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you next time for the Arsenal experiment. Bye-bye for now.